Hello friends, today we're going to do part one of a two-part video. The second part will be tomorrow. Part one is about zone decluttering. Part two will be zone cleaning. So today we're talking about zone decluttering or decluttering in the zone. In order to get your house the way you want it, streamlined, you know where everything is, you feel like you can breathe, you can enjoy your time, you have time for enrichment because you're not just encumbered with all this clutter, is to declutter. And the way we declutter is in a zone of your house at a time. So right now we've got your house divided into 5 zones. Zone 1 is the entryway. Some people add the dining room in here. I often add the stairs. You know, you always wonder when am I going to deep clean or declutter the stairway? This is when you do it. Zone 2 is the kitchen. If it's an eat-in kitchen, it's the eat-in portion as well. Zone 3 is the hall bathroom. That's called the main bathroom, and one other room. So an other room would be something like a child's bedroom, a sewing room, a craft room, a laundry room, an office, a sunroom. There's lots of other rooms, but that's when you're going to do it in Zone 3. Zone 4 is the master bedroom, which can include the master closet, and if you have one, the master bathroom. So not can, but will include the master closet, the master bathroom if you have one. If you don't worry about it. Zone 3 takes care of the hall bathroom. Zone 5 is the main living area. So it could be a formal living room and that's all you have, that's fine. Or it could be a family room. In that case, if it's the family room where you spend most of the time and that gets the most clutter, then if you have a formal living room, you can put that under other rooms, okay? So that's how we break your house down into 5 master zones. If you feel like you want to rearrange those a little bit, maybe your dining room, you want to put it with your living room, maybe you want to put your stairs with the entryway, etc., you can do that, okay? Just don't recreate the wheel. All right, in other words, don't say I have 8 zones and I'm going to do 5 in 1 month and then 3 plus 2 the next month. Don't do that. Stick with 5 zones. Okay? Okay. We are together now? All right. So what are we going to do when we get to the zone? The first thing we're going to do is declutter. So we're not going to worry about where to put these things right now. We're going to declutter. Now, I'd like you to have an idea in your head of what you think you're going to keep in this room once it's decluttered. So in the particular room, look and see your storage spaces. Most of that contains hidden clutter. So if it's side tables, or you've got a desk or a dresser, a closet, under the bed, behind the couch, those are places where we have hidden clutter. So we want to start with our hidden clutter. But think about what you do want to store there, if anything, once the clutter is totally gone. What would you design this room to be if you were just moving in? What would you want to store in these particular spaces? Okay, so have that in your mind. Now, when you get ready to declutter, you need a timer. You need to have gone to the bathroom already and have something to drink or have had something to drink, preferably non-alcoholic, like a drink of water, and some music. You want to enjoy this. You only have 15 minutes. You're also going to need 3 containers, 1 for throwaway, 1 for put away, 1 for giveaway. If you're just getting containers from around the house, I would suggest a big garbage bag for throwaway, not a little scrawny one, thin one that's going to break through, a nice sturdy one. I would suggest a laundry basket for put away and maybe a box for giveaway. Okay, so you know that's really easy to identify. You won't mix things up. Then when you set your timer, you're going to be working on one section. Now, I'll let you know that when you declutter, most of the time, in 15 minutes, you're going to be able to go through about a banker's box of clutter. Now, that's not for paper. Paper takes a whole lot longer than that. We're talking about stuff, throw pillows and vases and little diddly things all mixed up. All right. If you have a whole bunch of little things, like a whole container full of pens and markers and colored pencils and things, that might be a shoebox full. If it's a whole bunch of stuffed animals, that might be a laundry basket full, or maybe 2 laundry baskets full. So you get the idea. You're going to identify before you start what you're going to be decluttering. So don't say to yourself, I'm going to declutter this whole wall, or I'm going to declutter this whole dresser, or I'm going to declutter under this whole bed or this whole closet. No, you're not going to be able to get that done in most cases if this is your first decluttering. You're going to say, I'm going to declutter this half of the shelf, or this one shelf on the bookshelf, or this space, whatever it is. That's what I'm going to declutter. If you get through and you still have time on the clock, have a backup in mind to start your second one, okay? So you work steadily, you plant your feet, you glue them to the floor. You can't run from one room to another. You don't need to be answering people's questions now. We only have 15 minutes of dedicated time. Anybody can, unless your children are bleeding or in some other way in bad trouble, you need to stay there and keep your work going and say, you'll just have to wait a few minutes, okay? So get to work. When your time is up, ding, you're gonna stop. You're gonna finish the process. You're going to take the garbage bag out to the garbage. It's a good idea if you can't see through the garbage bag, because if you can, then when you open the garbage can, you or someone else is going to see what you threw away and say, why did she or I throw that away? I think I'll keep it. So that's not a good thing. Kit it in something they can't see through, you can't see through, put something else on top of it, whatever you need to do. For your giveaway, that's that box or whatever you decided to put your giveaway in, take that to the back of the car or the trunk. Again, we need to cover that up. It needs to have a lid on it, or throw a blanket over it, or in some way, put it in a green garbage bag. Some way that you can't see it, because when you see it while you're waiting for errand day to come, or your family sees it, someone's going to want to reclaim something, including you. So you can't see it, out of sight, out of mind. The third thing is put away, that laundry basket or whatever you decided to put your put away in. Does it belong in this room or some other room? If it belongs in this room and you don't have room for it in your designated area where you think you're going to store the Monopoly game or whatever it is, then you're going to have to just keep it in this room in a corner. So have some container or something in the corner where you put things where the children won't get to it, and you can put it on that shelf, for example, once you get it cleared off. If it's something that will actually go where you've just been working, then put it in there. If it goes in another room, then walk through the house delivering items to the rooms. If there's no place to put them in that room, again, storage in that room would be a great idea until you can get to that room and eventually get it put away, okay? So that's how we declutter. We don't clean during this time, we just declutter. Now, if you've just cleared a tabletop, for example, you've got all your hidden clutter done, and I recommend hidden clutter first, but you've got all your hidden clutter done, and you've decluttered a table in the corner and it's just loaded with dust, yeah, you can give it a quick swipe off. But I'm telling you, this is not the time for cleaning. Cleaning comes after decluttering. And that's what tomorrow's video is about. So today, be happy that you decluttered it, and remember it when you're doing your clutter checks. You're checking to see that you don't re-clutter these areas you've just decluttered. So not only do you see that there's nothing in that area that shouldn't be there, you also get a little boost and say, hey, look what I did. Look what I did. And if one of your children has thrown their toy there, or your husband has thrown something there, or your son threw the dog's leash, then we need to say, hey, you know what? This family has bad habits, including me. And I just cleared this area here. Remember when I was clearing? So anything that goes there needs to be put away. So please go put those things away. The dog leash goes on the hook. Your shoes go in your closet. Your sweater goes in your bedroom. Your stuffed animal goes on your bed, or wherever it is, okay? All right, so you're in charge. This is your job. You have to monitor, but you can also admire and give yourself a pat on the back. Good job, look what I did in just 15 minutes. And you're gonna do that 4 times a week, week after week, and zone after zone, until at some point you're going to say, there's nothing left to declutter. I only have to clean. And cleaning is so easy when there's no clutter. Okay, that's it for today. I hope you have a wonderful day, that you get some decluttering done, and that you always remember that you are beautiful.